The Nazi Party was one of the most feared and powerful groups in the world, terrorizing Jews and trying to eradicate their race. Their mission was the brainchild of Adolf Hitler, the German Chancellor, who today represents evil. So you have to ask, how did thousands and thousands of Germans regard Hitler as an idol and a savior, willingly following his goals of world dominance and purifying the German race? This is a perfect example of the mob mentality, also called the herd mentality. The mob mentality is the propensity for groups of people to shed the inhibitions of societal and moral standards and follow the group. The Nazi Party started small, but Hitler created a mass movement by persuading the German people that their problems were unemployment, hunger, and a poor economy after World War I would not stop unless there was a revolution in Germany. Furthermore, he blamed a great deal of Germany's economic problems on the Jewish community. This festered in anger and a hatred from the Nazi Party members toward the Jews. Those feelings of anger spread like wildfire and allowed the Germans to disregard their individual morals. Rebecca Sachs, associate professor at MIT, explains, a group of people will often engage in actions that are contrary to the private moral standards of each individual in that group, sweeping otherwise decent individuals into mobs that commit physical brutality. Nazi Party members were practically brainwashed by the propaganda machine created by Adolf Hitler, who famously stated, "It is not truth that matters, but victory." Hitler knew the power of his words and even had a propaganda minister to control messages through Germany and further Nazi goals. Tragically, he knew the power of the manipulation could sway an entire group of people to work toward the death of another. He knew the power of the mob mentality, and specifically a phenomenon called scaling. Associate Professor Paul Torrens at Arizona State University studied this phenomenon and found the actions of a single individual can shape the dynamics of an entire crowd. It shows how mob mentality starts with just a single person and can cause an individual to abandon their own beliefs. Torrens goes on to say, every individual in the crowd brings social, environmental, cultural, gender, and past experience influences to the mix. We also know individual behavior can be influenced negatively or positively by the crowd's collective psychology. So as the Nazi Party crowds grew, more and more Germans found they could support the party's goals. The Nazi Party movement and resulting Holocaust is an era in history that the world hopes to never repeat. The party's success is a hard concept to accept, considering 6 million Jews lost their lives. And according to the website Listverse, the Holocaust ranks in the top 10 instances of mob mentality, coming at number 5. The author says, while we like to think we'd stand on our own convictions, most of us tend to follow the behaviors of others. When enough of us get together, we end up doing something nonsensical and downright violent things that we would never consider on our own. In regards to the Holocaust, thousands and thousands of Germans were not a part of the persecution of Jews, even though they supported the Nazi Party. But there were 24,000 Nazi Party members directly involved in the death of the Jews, and many of them justified the killings as following orders. The Nazi Party leaders were pushing for murder and brutality, and because of the mob mentality, they found German support to do it. Thankfully, the other leading countries of the world, known as the Allies, would not stand by and watch Hitler and the Nazi Party eradicate a race. As a result, World War II erupted to defeat Nazi Germany and its mission. After 4 years of war, the Allies occupied Germany and outlawed the Nazi Party, working to rid its influence from every aspect of German life. Hitler could not handle the defeat of Germany, or the downfall of his party, which he was witnessing near the end of the war. Consequently, he committed suicide. Afterward, instead of being regarded as an idol by his followers, he became one of the most hated men on the planet. He became a symbol of evil. The mob mentality helped fuel the success of the Nazi Party. Hopefully, its defeat in World War II created an important lesson in world history to never let a hateful group similar to the Nazis transform the world ever again.